And welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. Got to get there. Faster we get there, the more damage we can do. So hit subscribe, watch, comment. Please keep the comments coming and share with family and friends, because the stupidity, the insanity, the chaos, it's not stopping. Meanwhile, we know that MAGA is full of hypocrites. But the most egregious example right now is how they are handling this entire Jeffrey Epstein fallout. I mean, there's a lot of tension right now in the Department of Justice and the FBI after reports claim that Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino, the podcaster Bongino, considered leaving after getting into a heated argument with Attorney General Pam Bondi over the Epstein case. Now, CNN's Kristen Holmes, she spoke about how Bongino is staying because Trump doesn't want it to seem like he's firing Bongino over this Epstein file. Play the clip.
He doesn't want this to be the ending. He doesn't want it to look as though his team is fractured. He doesn't want his team to be fractured. And what he really wants out of all this is that all three of them, Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, and Dan Bongino, kind of present somewhat, if they can, a united front on this issue. Now, it seems like that's easier said than done, but one thing we do know is the vice president spent much of the weekend on the phone with all three of these leaders, having conversations about how exactly they could make it work, trying to be a peacemaker, trying to figure out how to get Dan back into the FBI on Monday, which it appears he was able to do. And I talked.
By the way, you know how screwed up this issue is when Shady Vance is the guy that you call in to mediate, to fix the problem. Right? The whole thing is beyond stupid. Meanwhile, Caitlin Collins, then when she spoke more about how Epstein's client list is causing drama in MAGA. Not just in MAGA, in the entire government. Play the clip.
He is staying in the job for right now. He is still the deputy director of the FBI right now, and he hasn't resigned or been fired. But the relationship has deteriorated so much that there are officials inside the White House who have not spoken to Dan Bongino in days, even though, of course, the question of whether or not he was still going to be employed by the federal government was still a big one for officials over the weekend. And I was told the president was very angry with Dan Bongino, and also the FBI director Kash Patel to a degree, which is why you saw Patel put out that statement over the weekend saying he had no plans to resign and was going to work for Trump as long as he would have him. Obviously, right now they're trying to basically just get their arms around the story and control it and stop the fallout from continuing, as it's only continued to grow, and their base has only gotten angrier about not getting answers to the questions that they were told they were going to get answers to.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only problem. Wait till the end. I have my own personal thoughts. Knowing Trump as well as I do, knowing this matter like I do. But before I do that, I want to show you a compilation MSNBC put together showing what Trump's DOJ has said in the past, which is why MAGA is so infuriated. Play the clip.
Please do not let that story go.
Who has Jeffrey Epstein's
Black Book?
Black Book?
FBI.
But who? That is I mean, there's.
That's under direct control of the director of the FBI.
What the hell are the House Republicans doing? They have the majority. You can't get the list? Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
Yes, I would. I think that less so because, you don't know it. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there, because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would.
This isn't about Epstein or 9/11 or JFK or RFK. It is, but it isn't. It's about a bigger thing. If you're lying about that, you're lying about everything. Who's on the Epstein tapes, folks? Who's on those tapes? Who's in those black books? Why have they been hiding it?
And this is something Donald Trump has talked about. The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump.
Everything's going to come out to the public. The public has a right to know. Americans have a right to know.
Okay, I agree. I absolutely agree. Americans have a right to know. I think Americans going to ultimately be disappointed And I don't think it's going to appeal to the prurient interests that they believe that's going to be in these files, especially if you're Democrat as it relates to Trump. But there will be names. There's no doubt about that. And I actually agree with Dan Bongino. I totally agree with him that it is much bigger than Jeffrey Epstein. It's about money. It's about power. It's about influence. It's about compromise. And that's what makes this story so relevant and important. Meanwhile, Steve Bannon, he's one of the MAGA assholes discussing on a daily basis the splinter. He even went so far as to say that Republicans could lose up to 40 seats in the Congress during the midterms if they do not release the files. Play the clip.
It's not about just a pedophile ring and all that. This is about who governs us, right? And that's why it's not going to go away. For this to go away, can we blow the brake, by the way? Can we blow the brake, guys? For this to go away, you're going to lose 10% of the MAGA movement. If we lose 10% of the MAGA movement right now, we're going to lose 40 seats in 26. We're going to lose the president. They don't even have to steal it, which they're going to try to do in 28, because they're going to sit there and they've disheartened the hardest core populist nationalists that's always been who governs us.
Yeah. And nothing would make me happier than to see the House turn and the Senate turn. Meanwhile, even Marjorie Toilet Green said that there would be major blowback. I can't believe. I don't even want to play this clip because I've never agreed with Marjorie Taylor Greene on anything, and now I'm kind of forced to. Play the clip.
How big of a blowback is there right now in MAGA world specifically?
It's pretty big, I have to be honest. It's just a red line that it crosses for many people. Jeffrey Epstein is literally the most well-known convicted pedophile in modern-day history. This is something that's been talked about by many people serving in the administration, myself and many others on the right and the left, of there needing to be transparency of the rich and powerful elites that were in his circle while he was just one of the worst serial abusers of young women. It has been a very serious situation for the administration, and many people are speaking out online. You've seen it. You saw it at Turning Point Student Action Summit this weekend. And a lot of people in MAGA, they really want to know more information about the people that were involved with Jeffrey Epstein. And is there a blackmail list? And are there foreign countries' governments involved? And there's nothing wrong with people continuing to ask that.
Yeah, I can't believe, like I said before, that Marjorie Taylor Greene, that's how you know this matter is so fucked up. When Michael Cohen and Marjorie Taylor Greene agree on something, I know that's something to talk about. Even Lara Trump, Donald Trump's daughter-in-law, went on Benny Johnson's show, and she said that she would advise Trump, as would I, to be completely transparent and release the files sooner than later. Play the clip.
What would be your advice? Given this back and forth, we're just coming off of Turning Point here in Tampa. This was the topic of conversation. What would be your advice in order to take the temperature down on this issue from within the administration?
Well, I do think that there needs to be more transparency on this. And I think that will happen. As it relates to the president, I know that this is probably not his number one thing he's focused on. He's focused on a lot of other important things. So I don't know that this was top of mind for him, but he hears all the noise and he hears all of the consternation out there. And I think he's going to want to set things right as well. So I believe that there will probably be more coming on this. And I believe anything that they are able to release that doesn't, damage any witnesses or anyone underage or anything like that, I believe they'll probably try to get out sooner rather than later because they hear it and they understand it. So hopefully we see that happen sooner than later. And I guess that would be my advice. But to everybody out there who's all worked up about it, there's no great plot to keep this information away that I'm aware of. I do just believe that maybe it's been slow rolled for reasons that hopefully we understand down the line. And I think we're probably going to get more transparency on it very soon.
Yeah. What I love the most is how she's trying to back her way into the statement so that her father-in-law doesn't kick her in the ass. First of all, there are no witnesses There are no witnesses to protect because there is no case. Jeffrey Epstein is dead, Lara. Okay? There is no case pending, therefore there are no witnesses. Now, you could certainly redact the last name, right? So maybe the name is Wendy. Okay, how many Wendys exist in this world? Are you going to be able to figure out who you're talking about simply by that? You could redact a last name or a first name or whatever. But the releasing of the files and the fact that they are playing this slow roll onto it, all it's doing is fueling. It's giving oxygen to the fire of this conspiracy that people like Steve Bannon and Dan Bongino and even Kesh Patel and Pam Bondi and so many others had talked about for so long. Now, I also want to just bring you right back. Wait a minute here. Wasn't it just last week and a couple days ago here on this show, I even showed you what Lara said, that Trump was the most transparent president in U.S. history? Well, what happened? I don't know. Play the clip.
President Donald Trump is the most transparent, as you just pointed out, president, I think, in American history. He never stops, he never misses an opportunity to stop and talk to the press, to engage with the press, to do multiple interactions and takes every question possible.
Yeah. Well, how about just release the files like you said that you would, right? On Pam Bondi's desk. As Kesh Patel said, as Pam Bondi said. But I do want to end on two clips. Clips of Hakeem Jeffries. Now, Hakeem claimed that either Trump lied about the Epstein files or there is a major cover-up happening. Wow. Genius of him. Either there's a cover-up or Trump lied. What else could there possibly be? Captain Obvious. Play the clip.
There are only two things that are possible here. Option one, Donald Trump, Pam Bondi, and the MAGA extremists intentionally lied to the American people for years about the Jeffrey Epstein situation. That's option one. Option two is that, in fact, there's reason for the American people to be concerned as it relates to what information has not been released that could be damaging to the Trump administration and the friends and family of the Trump administration and their billionaire corrupt supporters. And so they're actively engaging in a cover-up. Option one, they lied for years. Option two, they're engaging in a cover-up. At this point, it seems reasonable that can only be one of the two things.
Yes, Captain Obvious, because he then finishes in saying that Americans deserve to know the truth. Play that clip.
And now the chickens are coming home to roost. The American people deserve to know the truth. What, if anything, is the Trump administration and the Department of Justice hiding? What are you hiding? If you're not hiding anything, prove that to the American people. And if you are trying to hide something, as many of Donald Trump's MAGA supporters apparently believe, then the Congress should actually work hard to try to uncover the truth for the American people.
Confused by him altogether. Understanding that Jeffrey Epstein didn't know about MAGA. MAGA didn't exist during the Epstein times. He courted as many Republicans as he did Democrats. Hakeem Jeffries' theory, just playing off of the press, the news that's going on today. Want to get the truth? Come back here. Subscribe, watch, comment, share. Bring your friends. Bring their families. And as always, thanks for listening. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.